Hello, I'm Lamar Townsend. I'm a natural intuitive, clairvoyant, clairaudient, empathic, psychic tarot reader, and I thank you for listening and watching this video, my psychic tarot reading on Mary J. Blige. You can contact me at lamartownsendtarot.com for your own personal, private, confidential psychic tarot reading or your own birth chart reading. Once again, all the information will be listed on my website, lamartownsendtarot.com. You can also follow me on Instagram at Lamar Townsend. Like me on Facebook, facebook.com/Lamar Townsend Official. And if you enjoy this reading, like it, share with your friends and family, and subscribe to my YouTube channel, okay? Now, this tarot reading is on Mary J. Blige. We all know what has been going on with her recently. I actually got to see her live recently, front row. If you follow me on Instagram, you saw all the pictures I posted of me and my mom. It was me, my mom, and my uncle. We saw her at the Wolf Trap. We were front row, like literally front row. Like, it was pretty awesome. It was pretty awesome having literally Mary J. Blige standing like 2 feet away from me, like 5 feet away from me, like it was such a good concert. Although I've seen her multiple times, my mom loves her. I'm actually doing this reading for her. She's asked me numerous times, when are you going to do that Mary J. Blige reading? What's going on with Mary J. Blige? I'm like, Mommy, I don't know. I have to do a reading on her to see, because she's such a fan. She loves her. Mary, she loves you. I'm pretty sure you saw us, and you might recognize me if you see this video. My mom was the one with her, she was standing the whole time. She was the one with her hand resting on the stage the whole time, jamming to every single song at the Wolf Trap. I'm pretty sure you remember. It was such a good concert. And I love Mary J. Blige. I also saw her many years ago when I was little. I've seen her numerous times, you guys. My mom has seen her numerous times, so she just takes me to concerts a lot. My very first concert was Destiny's Child, the TRL tour, back in 2000. She took me and my cousin. Me, my cousin, my aunt. But anyways, I actually saw Mary J. Blige years ago. Mary J. Blige and Jay-Z actually went on tour, and I saw them at the Verizon Center. I don't remember when this was. This was a long time ago, but it was a really good concert. It was the first time I've ever seen Jay-Z live. He was really good. So I say all this to say, I guess I'm kind of familiar with Mary J. Blige's energy. I love her music. I've grown to be a fan over the years, mostly due to my mom. I absolutely love her album, Strength of a Woman. Oh, I thought I turned that on silent. Darn it. Let me turn my phone on silent real quick. I absolutely love Strength of a Woman. That's actually when we saw her. And as someone who posted a video on YouTube, like, I actually don't care, I mean, I'm subscribed to a lot of people, or I'm subscribed to a lot of people, and you can see all the people I'm subscribed to, all the channels I'm subscribed to, but I don't watch all of them. It's hard to keep up with all of them. A lot of them I'm subscribed to because I own shares of the company, so it's like, I don't know. Anyways, I'm going on a tangent here, alright? The point is, I love Mary J. Blige's new album. I love every song on the album. I have to say that my favorite is, I think it's called Telling the Truth. She has 2 songs on there with truth in the title, and me and my mom got really because she thought I was talking about one, but I was talking about another one. I'm trying to think of the lyrics. Oh, baby, you're not telling the truth after all that I've been through. She didn't perform that song. I was kind of upset, but still, it was a good show. And I'm talking about the most recent time I saw her at the Wolf Trap, front row, right? I have to say that probably the best song was, of course, there were a lot of good songs she performed, but the most memorable was No More Drama. She showed out, y'all. Jumping up and down, swinging to the left and right, laying down on the floor like Patti LaBelle. Like, she just went out, got a standing ovation from the entire stadium. Like, it was a really good concert. But Mary J. Blige, what has been going on recently? Now, I have to say, I've grown to be a fan. And after seeing you live in front row, I have to say that I like you more. And that's often the case when I see most artists live, is I like them more, especially when I'm really close. You know, can like feel their energy up close and see them up close. So yeah. What are the energies around Mary J. Blige? Contact me for your own personal psychic tarot reading at lamartownsendtarot.com. Okay? What are the energies around Mary J. Blige? Baby, you're not telling the truth. After all that I've done for you, still trying to play me for a fool. That is my song. The album's really good. So if you haven't bought the album, you really need to buy it. It's really good. What are the energies around Mary J. Blige? I ain't got no time for you, so I'd rather be alone. Now you miss your water. I'm about to listen to that song. I would play it, but YouTube is like so strict about copyright laws. What are the energies around Mary J. Blige? What are the energies around Mary J. Blige? Now, this deck is a little weird. It might be a little grotesque and dark for you guys. And I was going to use a different deck, but because of the lighting I'm using, it's really bright and powerful. And the deck that I was using was too, I guess, light. So I had to use one of the darkest decks I have, literally and figuratively, you know, and it's the Deviant Moon Tarot deck. It's a little weird. It's a little, like I said, it's dark, but I like dark. I'm a Venus in Scorpio, Capricorn, so, you know, those signs tend to like dark things. So, I don't know. What are the energies around Mary J. Blige? Just warning you. Please don't let the images on the cards scare you, though. Don't let the symbolisms on the cards scare you. It's literally just artwork. It's literally just a symbol. It's literally just an artist's interpretation of the meaning of that card. Okay, so let's get started. Past, present, future, conclusion. What are the energies around Mary J. Blige? And it's interesting because I kind of knew that this card would come out. The Lovers is at the bottom of the deck, and for me the card at the bottom of the deck is often the card of the overall energies, the underlying energies, the card that says the most without saying anything at all. So I'm wondering if Mary J. Blige could be, but then I noticed the snake around his I'm sorry for the barking. I noticed the snake around the man's leg, though, which is interesting. I feel like Mary J. Blige tends to attract kind of snakish men. Is the kind of energies I'm getting. She tends to attract men with ulterior motives, ulterior intentions. He feels dark-skinned. He could also actually be of another race, so not African American, not black. He could be African. He feels foreign, kind of, but like a brownish, kind of darkish foreign. So a dark-skinned, kind of foreign man. He feels like he could have money of his own, but there's still something snakish about him, I feel. So maybe fame could be the motive or something like that, but he is I feel like Mary has someone to keep her occupied for the time being, is what I'll say on that, okay? With all that she's going through, which is great. I love that. That's what we all need. I think, isn't Wendy Williams the one who says, who is it the one who says, the best way to get over someone is to get, so. But the question with that is it just that, or is it going to be more? Should it be more? Let's figure out his intentions, okay? So, interesting. Let's see what's going on in the past. Interesting. In the past position, we have for Mary J. Blige, the Magician. I feel like she is lawyered up. I feel like she has a lot of protection around her in terms of legal team. And I'm not just talking lawyers. Maybe I mean overall team. Because if you notice the people in the background, look at the shadows in the background. I'm talking overall team. So yes, I'm talking legal team, such as lawyers. People who are helping her get through her current unfortunately public divorce. And but also it feels like a marketing management team that is also kind of magically pushing her through the situation, through this public situation that she's going through. So like I said, there's a lot of protection around her in terms of legal, in terms of just her team. She has a good team around her for the most part. In the present position, we have the Two of Cups. In the future position is the Ten of Swords. Pain and hurt. I think one of the best things Mary J. Blige can do, because it feels like she has a lot of people around her. A lot of people around her in her ear. A lot of people maybe that she has to be accountable for, maybe in terms of her team. So I feel like she's like, it's almost like her hands are tied behind her back, and it's like she has a lot of people to answer to. She has a lot of people trying to in her ear, friends trying to give their advice, and it's just like an energy. I just want to be alone. I need to be alone. I feel like solitude may be the best thing for her right now, because I feel like she has a lot of people around her in her ear trying to tell her what she should and shouldn't do. In the conclusion card, we have the Queen of Cups. Interesting. Let's pull some more cards. The Page of Swords. I feel like there could be another album coming soon. And I feel like, ironically, it's going to be even more honest and blunt, straightforward, hard-hitting, maybe even. Like, I'm feeling like it's gonna be a lot of Mary, the GIFs of Mary, just vibing out back and forth. Like, it's gonna be a lot of that. I feel like a lot of that music, where it's just like, that's what I'm sensing. So I feel like either there's gonna be a new album coming out soon, like within the next year or two, even, or she's working on a new album currently. Something like that. Wheel of Fortune. I feel like we're going to start to see her a lot more maybe doing a lot more endorsements, or I feel like endorsements, or she's gonna become a more business oriented, like in terms of who's a good, like almost like Patti LaBelle, but not exactly Patti LaBelle. Like I don't see her selling food, but maybe like she creates something that connects her fans, something that connects her and her fans, or something like that. So I feel like she's gonna become more business oriented. I feel a rebrand coming. I feel like she's rebranding to stake her claim, to stake her place in this new era, in this new millennium, I feel. And this could be speaking way down the line. Like I feel like this is a something that's gonna roll out over the years. Like, like a decade, 8 year, 10 year something period where she's just gonna like keep, I feel like she's gonna keep experimenting in her work. I'm feeling an African theme coming through. Page of Pentacles. I feel like she's gonna work more or do more work for the youth as well, for the younger generation. Not necessarily her music, but more being a trying to like be a role model for the youth or something like that. Trying to lead the youth in the right direction. Four of Pentacles. I feel like there could be some people in her team down the line that could be cut. So if you are not benefiting her, if you are not helping her grow or evolve in her career as a person, if you are keeping her stagnant, if you keep messing up, if you keep getting her coffee cold when she says hot, you got to go. Okay, so yeah, I definitely see that. Like getting a better team, better management, better than she has now. King of Cups. Ooh, interesting. Nine of Cups. I've heard a psychic, I think I've heard another psychic say, I don't remember who it is. It might have been Earthy Indigo. Or I think it might have been Earthy Indigo, or was it House of Stars or Tracy? It was one of those that says she's gonna marry an older, very wealthy man, and I see that coming through. I see her at least meeting him. I feel marriage more so down the line, like a year or two after the meeting. I feel like he is a water sign, so Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. I believe she is a Capricorn. Generally, Capricorns and water signs go quite well together. But I need to know where her Venus, her Mercury, her Mars is, and her moon sign. Okay, I didn't look up her birth chart. I really wanted to. Something told me to, but I was like, no, it's just going to be a really quick reading. But here I am, like, how many minutes are we in? 20 minutes in almost. Like, and I'm just like, wow, all this stuff coming through. I feel like this wealthy man has connections. He has connections. Connections in the industry, but not just connections in the entertainment music industry, like connections in other industries as well, like technology. Like he has his hand kind of in everything, it feels like. Once again, he feels like wealth. He feels wealthy. He feels dark skinned, so African. This guy feels African. The guy that she ends up ultimately marrying. This guy feels different. I don't think this is the same guy. I don't think this is the same guy. Um, the Fool. Mary, keep your wits about you. This guy feels like a good guy for the most part, but of course we don't want to become too much of a fool in love, okay? So it feels kind of like, there's a tendency maybe sometimes for Mary to be a little bit of a fool in love, and that's us Capricorns in general, because we are such hard people for the most part, well, not hard, but just we aren't very emotional people. We aren't very sentimental people, so when we find someone that brings out that side of us, we want to keep them for life. But sometimes those people are a lesson and not a blessing. So I'm not saying that about this guy, but I'm just saying keep your wits about you. Please don't become a fool, in love, Mary. Um, because I feel like if things happen too quickly, if things happen too fast, if you even come off as a little bit foolish in the public eye with this guy in terms of love, just, head over heels. Like, if you even come off as you have any, you believe, sense of you've lost your sense, when it comes to, this guy, I feel like your fans, the public, is going to gnaw at your feet, just like these little piranhas in this picture. It's like, why is she, moving so fast with this guy again, blah, blah, blah. It's like that kind of energy. So, I don't say all this to say just for the sake of getting those people off your back. I'm just saying for the sake of yourself. Like, stay level headed when you meet this guy, because this guy feels charming. He feels like the total package, but don't let the glitz and glamour and the, sparkles, and, you know, ah, fool you, or not fool you, but don't let it, knock you off guard, okay? Like, you know what I'm saying? Don't keep your wits about you, okay? That's all I'll say, because I'm just going on and on. Knight of Pentacles. And I feel like ultimately you will keep your wits about you. And I'm telling you, because if you don't, I'm telling you, your fans are going to keep you in check, Mary. I'm telling you. If you did, I'm telling you that they're going to get you together, and you're going to be like, oh, they're right. Let me pull it together for it's like that kind of energy. So I feel like ultimately you'll be okay. Oh, I love this. The Four of Wands. Nine of Pentacles. Queen of Wands. I feel like by the time this guy comes around, I feel like we're gonna see a change in Mary. I feel like, ironically, she's gonna become more fashionable. It's like more of a experimental risk taker, high fashion. But like a different take, maybe, kind of energy. It's interesting. I feel like it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be interesting. Four of Swords. Knight of Swords. As far as this guy goes, all I'm gonna say is don't move too fast. Keep your wits about you. Overall, it feels like Mary, is on her way to stability and success once again. And I think some solitude might do her good for a little bit of while, just to heal her heart. Spending some time with family and friends who cheer her up, give her good advice, can fix a mean mimosa, can whip up a good catfish maybe if Mary likes catfish, and can just tend to Mary's needs when she needs to, right? So ultimately, though, I think she's going to be fine. I think we're going to see her rise and rise and rise and stake her claim in music. Okay, so I'm so excited, and this rebranding that it looks like you're doing is going to be really interesting. Okay, it looks like it's going to be really interesting to see. So ultimately, Mary, I am so excited. I love this reading, and I wish you nothing but the best. Be wary of this guy, as we talked about already. Alright, you guys, I hope you enjoyed this psychic tarot reading, this kind of surprise, I guess, psychic tarot reading on Mary J. Blige. Long overdue reading. And thank you guys for listening and watching. Contact me at lamartownsendtarot.com for your own personal, private, confidential psychic tarot reading, okay? Thank you so much. All the links will be listed below for my social media and my website, okay? In the description box. Thank you guys. Until the next time, thank you.